Welcome to Biker Business, where we dive into the world of high-end motorcycles and uncover the truth behind their performance. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most expensive Japanese motorcycles that are unreliable and malfunction easily. The Suzuki Hayabusa, priced at over $19,000, is one of the fastest bikes out there, but it's not without its problems. Owners have reported several frustrating issues, and one of the most common is with the gearbox. Many riders experience what's called a false neutral when shifting between 5th and 6th gear. Instead of smoothly going into gear, the bike sometimes gets stuck in an in-between state, forcing riders to shift twice. This problem usually happens because of the bent shift forks or a worn-out transmission drum. Some have also faced issues where the bike pops out of gear under hard acceleration, which could mean worn-out bearings or a damaged shaft. Another common complaint is clutch noise. Some riders have reported loose bolts inside the clutch assembly, causing them to rattle around and hit the clutch cover. This results in a loud, unpleasant sound. Others have experienced issues with warped clutch plates and weak springs, making shifting feel rough and unresponsive. Starting problems are another issue. Some Hayabusas have trouble starting due to water and oil buildup around the starter motor. This buildup causes the starter to overheat, leading to expansion and failure. Electrical gremlins like a weak battery, faulty starter relay, or bad ground connections can also make the bike difficult to start, leaving riders frustrated. Electrical issues don't stop there. Many Hayabusa owners have complained about their batteries draining too fast. Some say their bike worked fine for a short time, but then wouldn't start, even after replacing the battery. The problem often comes from a faulty rectifier or starter. And in some cases, electrical components like the fan and fuel pump continue running even when the bike is off, leading to battery drain. Overheating is another major concern. Many riders have reported that their Hayabusa overheats even in slow-moving traffic. The culprit? A faulty cooling fan that randomly stops working. Some riders have found that manually spinning the fan can temporarily fix it, but the real solution is to replace it entirely. Lastly, the Hayabusa struggles with corrosion. Many owners have noticed rust forming on exposed parts, especially in humid climates. The rear wheel bearings also wear out faster than expected, and the rear tire's lifespan is disappointingly short, often lasting just 1,500 to 2,000 miles before needing replacement. With a price tag of around $19,000, the Suzuki GSX R1000R is built for speed, but it's not the most reliable bike out there. One of the biggest complaints from owners is excessive vibration. Suzuki removed the balancer shaft to give the bike a higher redline, but this change led to noticeable vibrations throughout the bike. Riders have reported numb hands and feet after long rides, making it uncomfortable for daily use. Some have tried fixing it with aftermarket balancer shafts or heavier flywheels, but it's an extra expense that shouldn't be necessary on such an expensive bike. Another issue is hard starting, especially on older models before 2017. Many owners have struggled with the bike not starting or taking several tries to fire up. The usual suspects include a weak battery, fouled spark plugs, or bad ignition coils. Sometimes the problem runs deeper, requiring an expert mechanic to diagnose and fix it. Transmission issues are also a concern. In 2018, Suzuki recalled several units of the GSX R1000R. Due to slipping transmissions. Some riders reported that the transmission would suddenly lose power, which could damage the drive chain and even lead to sudden failures. Even though Suzuki provided a fix, some bikes continue to experience similar problems, leaving owners worried about long-term reliability. The Yamaha VMAX, which costs over $22,000 used, is all about raw power and aggressive styling. But owning one comes with some serious challenges. The massive V4 engine generates a lot of heat and vibration, which puts extra stress on various components. One of the most common issues is with the starter motor. Many owners report frequent failures, often due to overheating. The heat buildup causes the internal parts to expand and wear out faster than expected. Fuel pump problems are another headache. Riders have reported sudden fuel delivery failures that leave them stranded. The root cause often lies in clogged filters or failing pump relays, both of which require costly replacements. Maintenance on the VMAX is also a challenge. Due to its heavyweight and powerful engine, parts like brakes, tires, and suspension components wear down quickly. Owners often spend more time and money on maintenance compared to other bikes in the same category. The Kawasaki ZH2 SE, priced at around $22,000, is a supercharged beast, but it comes with some frustrating issues. One major problem is with the chain. Owners have reported excessive rust buildup, even with regular cleaning and lubrication. Some may say they have to use a wire brush and special cleaners just to keep the chain looking decent, which can be annoying for riders who prefer low-maintenance bikes. The clutch fluid is another strange issue. Many riders have noticed that it turns dark much faster than expected. Even though the clutch itself performs well, the discolored fluid raises concerns about possible contamination or premature wear. Electronic glitches are also common on the ZH2 SE. Some owners have experienced dashboard resets where the time and trip data suddenly disappear. This often happens when using the quick shifter, leading to speculation that the bike's software might have some bugs. While this issue doesn't affect performance, it can be annoying, especially on long trips. Another unexpected problem is with the ignition key slot. Riders have found that the keyhole cover can sometimes rotate out of place, making it tricky to insert the key properly. This small but frustrating design flaw can leave riders fumbling, especially in low light situations. At a price of $27,000, the Yamaha YZF R1M is packed with high-end features, but it hasn't been free from issues. One of the most notable problems is related to its engine control unit. Yamaha issued a recall because the ECU failed to properly detect a malfunction in the atmospheric pressure sensor. This could lead to inaccurate fuel delivery and performance issues. Owners had to get the ECU software updated to fix the problem, but not everyone was happy with the results. Another concern is the bike's high maintenance costs. The advanced electronics and premium components require frequent servicing and parts aren't cheap. Some owners have reported issues with the quick shifter not engaging properly, which can make aggressive riding less smooth than expected. Heat management is also a problem. The powerful engine produces a lot of heat, which can make riding in traffic uncomfortable. Some owners have even reported overheating warnings appearing unexpectedly, forcing them to pull over and let the bike cool down. On top of that, the bike's suspension system, while advanced, requires frequent adjustments to stay optimal. Riders who don't regularly fine-tune the settings may experience an uncomfortable ride, especially on rough roads. The Honda Goldwing DCT models priced around $28,000 are known for luxury and long-distance comfort. But beneath the smooth ride, many owners have reported frustrating issues. A common complaint is the automatic transmission acting up during low-speed maneuvers. The DCT system often shifts unpredictably, making it hard to control the bike in tight spots. Some riders switch to manual mode to fix this, but it's not an ideal solution. Another major problem is with the fuel pump. Many riders have experienced situations where the bike refuses to start after being turned off. It cranks but won't fire, leaving them stranded. Some blame a faulty fuel pump, while others suspect electrical glitches. Electronic issues are also a headache. The infotainment system, which controls navigation and music, sometimes freezes or disconnects from Bluetooth devices unexpectedly. This can be frustrating, especially on long rides. Suspension wear is another concern, with many riders finding they need replacements sooner than expected, especially when carrying heavy loads. With a price tag of around $29,000, the Honda CBR 1000 RRR Fireblade SP is a high-performance track machine. But despite its race-ready build, it comes with its share of problems. The biggest issue? Excessive oil consumption. Owners report the bike burns through oil quickly, forcing them to top it up more often than expected. Some blame Honda's recommended oil for breaking down too fast, while others suspect deeper engine issues. Overheating is another concern. Honda even issued a recall for the 2021 models due to the exhaust system causing dangerous heat buildup. If not addressed, it can lead to oil leaks and potential engine damage. Riders have also struggled with the quick shifter, which should allow clutchless shifting but often fails between first and second gear. Many report rough or missed shifts, which can be frustrating, especially on the track. The TFT display is another weak spot, with visibility issues in bright sunlight and occasional screen condensation making it difficult to read critical info. The Kawasaki Ninja ZX-4R, priced at around $9,500, quickly gained popularity for its high-revving engine and fun riding experience. But recently, Kawasaki recalled over 1,500 units due to damaged spark plugs during assembly. This issue leads to rough idling, engine misfires, and even stalling while riding, problems no rider wants to deal with. Clutch problems are also common, with riders experiencing slipping, especially under hard acceleration. Some say the clutch plates wear out too quickly, requiring replacement sooner than expected. Another issue lies in the bike's electrical system. Some owners have reported the dashboard flickering or resetting randomly. It's not a deal breaker, but it's an annoyance that takes away from the experience. Additionally, the suspension feels too stiff for everyday riding, making it uncomfortable on rough roads. At an eye-watering price of around $57,500, the Kawasaki Ninja H2R is a powerhouse, but it's not without its faults. A major recall in Australia was issued due to a faulty wiring harness. The harness can get pinched between frame parts, leading to potential electrical failures and engine stalls. Worse, it could cause excess fuel injection, increasing the risk of fire. Heat is another major issue with the H2R. The supercharged engine generates extreme heat, making it almost unbearable to ride in traffic. This heat not only affects comfort, but also leads to faster wear of rubber components and hoses. Owners have also reported premature chain wear. The immense torque stretches the chain quickly, forcing riders to adjust and replace it more often than they'd like. Keeping up with maintenance on this beast can get expensive fast. With a jaw-dropping price of around $184,000, the Honda RC213 VS is as close as you can get to a MotoGP bike for the road. However, it comes with extreme maintenance demands that make ownership challenging. The advanced electronics, including traction control and ride-by-wire systems, sometimes behave unpredictably, causing hesitation or inconsistent throttle response. Another big concern is the cost and availability of parts. Simple maintenance tasks like valve adjustments and oil changes require specialized care, and replacement parts are often expensive and take a long time to arrive. The aggressive riding position also makes it impractical for street use. While it's incredible on the track, it can be uncomfortable and tiring for longer rides, making some owners regret using it for anything other than occasional track days. Owning these high-end Japanese motorcycles may sound exciting, but as you've seen, they come with serious reliability concerns. That wraps up our list of the top 10 most expensive Japanese motorcycles that are unreliable and malfunction easily.